Every Sonic character has a story. Some are funny, some are heroic, some are tragic. But every once in a while, we get a story that's all three. A story about hope, loss, determination, and the courage to change your destiny. And in 2006, Sonic Team gave us one of the most ambitious character arcs in the entire franchise. Silver the Hedgehog didn't just show up to throw boxes at Sonic. He arrived with a purpose, a mission to save a dying world, a world swallowed by flames before he was even born. And whether you love Sonic 2006 or not, Silver's story is one of the most emotionally rich and thematically powerful arcs in Sonic history. So today, we'll dive into the full story of Silver the Hedgehog, his future, his friendships, his mistakes, his growth, and the journey that turned him from a confused time traveler into one of the most hopeful characters in the Sonic universe. I'm the optimistic Sonic fan, and I like Silver's story in Sonic 2006.
This world was devastated before I was born. A harsh, bleak place where we live in eternal darkness. Life is a struggle, and people live without hope. How did this happen? No one will answer me directly, but they always point to the flames. They burn away at my world, destroying everything in their path. They come from an eternal life form that we cannot truly defeat, the flames of disaster known as Iblis.
Silver the Hedgehog made his debut in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, a game infamous for its bugs, rushed development, and technical issues, but also remembered for its ambition, scope, and emotional storytelling.
A struggle, and people live without hope. How did this happen? No one will answer.
Silver was introduced as a psychokinetic hedgehog from a ruined future, fighting to save his world from an unstoppable force known as Iblis. His design, personality, and abilities were created to contrast Sonic and Shadow. Sonic was speed, Shadow was power, Silver was mind.
Let's clean up this trash.
His gameplay revolved around telekinesis, letting players lift objects, freeze enemies, and manipulate the environment. And while the gameplay had its flaws, the concept was incredibly fresh. But what truly made Silver stand out was his story. A time-traveling tragedy filled with manipulation, moral dilemmas, and emotional growth. It's one of the most narratively ambitious arcs in the Sonic franchise. Silver's story begins in a world already lost. Buildings crumble. Lava floods the streets. The sky is a permanent storm of ash and lightning. This is the future Silver was born into, a world consumed by Iblis, the flames of disaster.
Looks like we stopped it for now.
But it'll just rise up from its ashes again. What's the point of all this? It'll never end.
Calm down, Silver.
Silver and Blaze fight tirelessly, but no matter how many times they defeat Iblis, it always rises again. Their victories are temporary. Their hope is fading. Silver's opening narration sets the tone. Silver isn't just fighting a monster, he's fighting despair. And then, at Silver's lowest moment, a shadowy figure appears. Mephiles emerges from the darkness with a voice as smooth as poison. He tells Silver the truth, or rather, the truth he wants Silver to believe.
Is that really the answer to our
Iblis was released because of the Iblis trigger, and that trigger is Sonic the Hedgehog. Silver is desperate. He wants to save his world. He wants to believe there's a solution. And Mephiles gives him one. A target.
So that blue hedgehog's the Iblis trigger?
This is one of the most tragic parts of Silver's story. He's not evil. He's not vengeful. He's not misguided by arrogance. He's manipulated by hope.
I'll send us back in time to the point when the Iblis trigger was alive.
Mephiles sends Silver and Blaze back in time to stop Sonic before the disaster can occur.
Where am I?
Silver arrives in Soliana, a bright, peaceful city full of life. It's the opposite of everything he's ever known. The sun shines. People laugh. There's no fire, no destruction, no fear. And Silver is overwhelmed. This is the world he wants to protect. This is the world he believes Sonic will destroy. His mission becomes personal.
I finally found him. The Iblis trigger.
Silver begins searching for Sonic, guided only by Mephiles' words. Along the way, he meets Amy Rose, who mistakes him for Sonic at first. A moment that adds levity to an otherwise heavy story.
You're not Sonic? I'm sorry.
Amy becomes Silver's first real friend in the past. She listens to him, encourages him, and challenges him.
Beautiful.
What? You mean this desert?
When Silver tells her he's hunting someone dangerous, Amy asks, is it right to hurt someone just because you think they'll do something bad?
It's happy.
This question plants the first seed of doubt in Silver's mind,
Let's go.
but he pushes
Did we find
forward.
who you're looking for?
Silver finally finds Sonic. He sees him running, carefree, unaware of the future he supposedly destroys. And Silver attacks.
Your actions will condemn us all. Who are
This leads to one of the most iconic and memed boss fights in Sonic history. It's no use! But beneath the memes, this moment is tragic. Silver isn't fighting out of hatred. He's fighting out of fear. Fear of losing the world he loves. Fear of failing the people who depend on him. And Sonic has no idea why he's being attacked. The fight is interrupted by Amy, who steps between them and refuses to let Silver harm Sonic. Her compassion forces Silver to confront his own motives.
The person you were looking for was Sonic. Were you planning to kill him?
He's responsible for destroying my world!
That's crazy. Sonic would never do that.
But it's true! In the near future, his actions will cause the devastation of my world. So I must...
No! I don't believe it. Even if that was true. If I had to choose between the world and Sonic, I would choose Sonic.
Mephiles tries to manipulate Silver again.
Unless you complete your task, your future will remain the same. Forever.
But this time, Shadow intervenes.
Mephiles! Why are you getting in my way?
Shadow becomes the key to Silver's growth. He challenges Silver's assumptions. He questions Mephiles' motives. He forces Silver to think instead of blindly follow.
Follow me if you want the truth.
Together, they travel 10 years into the past to witness the truth behind the flames of disaster. And what they discover changes everything.
Got to take shelter! Why so loud? Why do you refuse to listen to my voice?
Silver learns that Iblis wasn't released by Sonic. It wasn't caused by a hero. It wasn't caused by a villain. It was the result of a catastrophic experiment involving Princess Elise's father and the Solaris Project. Silver realized he was manipulated. He realized he almost killed an innocent person. He realized Mephiles used his hope against him.
They're escaping! We'll have to split.
This is the moment Silver grows up.
The flames are properly sealed.
Silver learns that Iblis can only be sealed by someone with a pure heart. Someone who can endure the flames without being consumed. That person is Princess Elise. Silver's mission changes. He no longer seeks to destroy, he seeks to protect. He returns to the present with a new purpose. Stop Mephiles, save Elise, save the future.
Yes. I heard that the princess here left for Dr. Eggman's base.
Silver and Blaze return to their ruined world to confront Iblis one last time. This time, they fight not out of desperation, but out of determination. The battle is fierce, emotional, and symbolic, a fight for hope itself. When they finally defeat Iblis, Silver attempts to seal it using Elise's talisman, but the seal requires a sacrifice. Someone must contain Iblis within themselves. Blaze steps forward. She knows what she must do. She knows Silver can't do it. She knows it's her destiny. Silver begs her not to. He can't lose the one person who's always been by his side. But Blaze smiles, calm and brave. It's alright. I'll take care of this. She seals Iblis within herself and disappears into the flames. Silver collapses, devastated. His world is saved, but he loses his closest friend.
Good luck, Silver!
Silver returns to the ruins of his world. The flames are gone. The sky is clear. The future is saved. For the first time in his life, Silver sees sunlight. He looks towards the horizon with quiet determination. This is the future I fought for. His journey ends not with triumph, but with bittersweet hope, a reminder that even in the darkest worlds, light can return. Silver's story is one of the most emotionally layered arcs in Sonic's history. Here's why it resonates. It's a story about hope in hopelessness. Silver grows up in a world without light, but he never stops believing it can be saved. It's a story about manipulation and truth. Mephiles exploits Silver's desperation, showing how good intentions can be twisted. It's a story about moral growth. Silver learns to question, to think, and to trust his own judgment. It's a story about sacrifice. Blaze's final act is one of the most powerful emotional moments in the franchise. It's a story about destiny and breaking it. Silver refuses to accept the future he was given. He fights to create a new one. Hey, who turned out the lights? Alright, you know the drill. I may be the optimistic Sonic fan, but even I can't like everything. And Silver's story in Sonic 06, well, it gives a few things to talk about. The gameplay. Yeah, we gotta talk about it. Look, I love Silver as a character. I love his arc. I love his personality. But his gameplay, that's where things get a little technically wobbly. Silver's whole gimmick is picking things up with his mind, which is awesome in concept, but in practice, it's slow, it's clunky, and sometimes it feels like you're fighting the physics engine more than the enemies. You know it's rough when most dangerous things in the level isn't Iblis. It's a cardboard box you accidentally threw at yourself. The boss fights, and it's no use. I can't talk about Silver without mentioning the infamous Sonic boss fight. Yes, it's iconic. Yes, it's memed. Yes, it's hilarious in hindsight. But in the moment, it's not great. Silver can trap Sonic in a loop where he just repeatedly slams him into the ground like a blue ragdoll. And if you're playing as Sonic, good luck. You're basically trying to outrun a physics rumba with an anger issue. It's memorable, but not the reasons the developers probably intended. Mephiles' manipulation is brilliant, but a little too easy. Story-wise, Mephiles manipulating Silver is fantastic. It's tragic, it's emotional, it's thematically rich. But even I have to admit, Silver buys into Mephiles' story really fast. Like Mephiles shows up, says, "Hey kid, Sonic did it," and Silver just goes, "Ah yes, the hedgehog I've never met is clearly the cause of all suffering." I get it, Silver is desperate, hopeful, and inexperienced. But a little more skepticism would have gone a long way. The time travel logic? Time travel is tricky. Even the best stories struggle with it. And Sonic 06, well, it tries. It really tries. Silver's timeline raises a lot of questions. If Silver stops Iblis in the future, does that erase his reason for going back in time? If Elise never cries, does Silver's world never exist? And if Blaze seals Iblis inside himself, why does she end up in another dimension instead of the past? The answer is, I don't think too hard about it. Just enjoy the ride. And Blaze's ending, beautiful but confusing. Blaze's sacrifice is one of the most emotional moments in the game. It's powerful, it's heartbreaking, it's beautifully acted. But it also raises a big question. Why Blaze? In Sonic Rush, Blaze is from another dimension entirely. In Sonic 06, she's from the future. And in this ending, she seals Iblis inside herself and disappears. Where? When? How? The game never explains it. It's a great moment, but definitely leaves you scratching your head. The technical issues. And of course, we can't talk about Sonic 06 without acknowledging the technical problems. Silver's story suffers from long road tries. Bugs, awkward animations, and physics that sometimes feel like they were programmed by Iblis itself. It doesn't ruin the story, far from it, but it does make the journey a little bumpier than it needed to be. But here's the thing. Even with all these flaws, Silver's story still shines. The heart is there, the emotion is there, the ambition is there, and that's why I love talking about it. Because even when a Sonic story stumbles, there's always something worth it appreciating. And that's why I can't like everything, but I can still love the journey. There, I said it. Now leave me alone. Silver's story in Sonic 06 is messy, ambitious, emotional, and unforgettable. It's a story about a young hero who wants nothing more than to save his world, and learns along the way what it truly means to be a hero. He makes mistakes, he grows, he learns, and in the end, he becomes a symbol of hope. Not because he was perfect, but because he kept fighting even when everything seemed lost. Sonic 06 may be flawed, but Silver's story, that's something worth celebrating. I'm the optimistic Sonic fan, and I'll see you next time.